Hi, I'm Adam, former Special Forces soldier and a father of 6. And today I'm talking about water purification techniques. In this case, how to use a basic water filter. This is the Platypus Quick Draw. I like them a lot for a couple of reasons, which I'll explain. One of the biggest is you can hook up a normal, regular, cheap, this is a Walmart, empty water bottle to it to receive clean drinking water, which is a great advantage. So let's take a look and see how we'd use it. Opening the box, you got a couple of things inside here. First off, we have a cap. The cap is for this water reservoir that comes in this kit. This, if you can notice, it says dirty across the top. We can fill this up with dirty water and then have it be filtering while we're walking or while we're waiting. So this is meant to be used in a variety of ways. It's a very versatile kit. So what else do we have in here? The instructions, the filter itself, and the last piece is another lid, which is easier to get to from the bottom. Let me set this other stuff down so we can get it out. Okay, when you take this bottom piece out, you want to be very careful because there's actually a little backflow washer inside it that will come out if you're not watching. It's the white piece inside. That washer you need when you're cleaning the filter system, which we'll talk about. So what is this? This is the adapter cap that allows you to use this water filter system with an empty normal water bottle like this. Okay, so the first step with this is to get some dirty water. And again, just like with any sort of purification process, it is best on the filter or on the purifier to get as clean water as possible so that it has to work less and that you're not, even if it's only silt, who wants to drink dirt? So you want to keep as much of that out as you can. Therefore, a couple of principles here. Number one is try not to touch the bottom of whatever water source that you're using so that you don't kick up silt and stuff into the water you're actually drawing from. Number two, obviously, flowing water is cleaner than puddle water or standing water, pond water. If you have to use pond water, this will actually filter it, but it's going to be much harder on the filter and you'll get fewer uses out of the filter, and you'll certainly need to clean it more frequently if you're drawing from a standing water source rather than something like a creek or river that's flowing. So in order to keep silt, how do we keep silt out of this? This is a clear water source, but how would I keep silt out of it? I'll show you. We would take something like a t-shirt and just lay it over the bottle's mouth and hold it like this in the flowing stream to keep the largest particles from being able to get into your water. So let's fill it up. These are harder to get water into in the beginning just because they're already collapsed. But I'll go ahead and take the t-shirt off since this is, silt-free flowing water. We'll take the t-shirt off. And again, you can see it's still fairly collapsed. That's the trouble with the flexible water containers, water reservoirs, is try to expand it a bit and then very carefully go ahead and dip it in. There we have it. Okay, so that's a full liter of water. This comes with the cap so that if you weren't right here at the same time, you could carry this water. That's this cap. Put this on, the dirty water, and there you have it. You could carry this with you. Now, let's filter some water. Okay, notice on the Platypus filter and on other filters like the Sawyer mini filter, very similar setup. You've got sides marked dirty and clean. So obviously you're going to plug the dirty, you're going to screw the dirty water reservoir into this end. This cap unscrews. And then you'll put whatever is receiving the water in this end. And I want to show you what's inside. It looks like a sponge. Platypus describes them as hollow fibers. This is what captures all of the junk, all of the bacteria, the viruses, the just the sediment and things. This is what captures that, is those hollow fibers. So we're gonna go and do this first. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna attach the water bottle to this first so that it can receive the water as it's being filtered. I've got dirty and clean. So this is gonna receive clean water. So I'm gonna replace the cap on the clean end. Again, see those hollow fibers with this connector cap that has the other end that is threaded. Screw this all the way till it stops, nice and tight. Now, I'll unscrew this end, take that washer out, the white washer that's inside. Don't lose it. You're gonna need it when it comes time to clean it. Okay, washer's out. I'm gonna put the washer and the cap just here, just so I don't lose them. Now, I'm gonna screw this on the end of my clean water bottle. And there I go. That's on. Okay. Now I'm going to unscrew the cap on the dirty side, take my reservoir with dirty water. I'm going to screw that on. Look how fast that's flowing. One of the advantages to this particular brand and model, the Platypus Quick Draw, is it filters very quickly. Most filters you will not see filtering this fast. This can filter this whole liter of water in just a matter of 2 or 3 minutes, according to the directions. And that's actually pretty accurate. You'll see it's already coming down. So this is a half liter. This is a 16-ounce water bottle. So you're going to get half of this filtered into this, and you can drink this immediately. If you don't want to, you could use this other cap. I'll show you once this is full. And if you want to make it faster, you can squeeze this, and now it's really flowing. Okay, and look at that. In a matter of less than a minute, you've got a full clear water bottle ready to drink. So I'm going to unscrew this. I'm going to put the cap on, and I'm going to show you what we do with this other half liter of dirty water that we're about to still filter. That was awesome. That's the downside of using a very flimsy water bottle, is of course it squeezes easily. Okay, I've got a full water bottle of ready to drink. Tastes great. Doesn't really taste like anything but nice clear water. Okay, put the lid on that, so I've got that saved. Now, I'm going to take off the connector cap that I used to connect the water bottle, and I'm going to put the original cap back on the clean end of the filter. This clean end is made so that you can do this. Pop it open, turn it up, and drink right from the filter. That's the basics of how to use this to filter water. Let's talk about how you clean it. The manufacturer's recommendations recommend you filling this about half full of water, and they call it the shake to clean method. They want you to do this after every time you use the filter. What will happen is the hollow fibers inside will get clogged up, and you'll see it start to run less quickly, less freely. You want it to filter as well and as quickly and cleanly as possible. So you fill this half with water. You shake this horizontally for 15 seconds. Now you shake it this way for 15 seconds. Once I've shaken it for those 15 seconds, I'm going to just unscrew the filter, empty out the dirty water. Then I can refill this and resume filtering. The last thing I'm going to describe here is how to backwash the filter. So they recommend about every 10 liters of filtering to actually do a backwash. That is the method for actually purging, not just using gravity and shaking, but actually pushing water through backwards to get any dirt, contaminants, and all the other stuff it has caught in the filter, to get it out, to get those fibers clean, so they keep that water flowing freely when you need it. The easiest way to do this is with the drink cap on, pop it open. They say to take clean water, that has at least half a liter of water in it. So that's about what this is. I'm going to put it on so that just pressure fitting so that there's a decent seal. And then I'm going to turn it upside down and start squeezing the water. You see it coming right through, and that's going to wash all of the contaminants out of this filter. That's the easiest way to do this, and quite frankly, the quickest. There you go. The other more pressurized method to do this, again, we're using that connect cap that we use to screw the water bottle, the generic water bottle, into the filter to receive the clean water. We're going to take this, we're going to replace the clean end cap, what they call the drink cap. Take that off. We're going to put this on. But before we connect our water bottle, we're going to put that little washer, this one, in here. This blocks the air vents and the airflow and makes it so that the back flush actually has pressure to it. So I'm going to take at least half a liter of clean water. I'm going to screw this on. Take the, it's a bit harder to do when with that washer there. I'm going to put it on as tightly as I can. This really inexpensive water bottle is, the threads aren't very tall, so it's harder to get an actual seal here, but we'll do what we can. Once that happens, I'm going to take the cap off the dirty end. I'm going to turn it upside down, squeeze it till that half a liter of water is gone through. I'm having to keep pressure on it to keep most of the water coming through the filter itself, and that's the highly pressurized back flush method. Once it's done, throw the caps back on and you're good to go. The hardest thing to do with this, honestly, any of these small units, is to keep track of all the caps. You're out in the wilderness or you're somewhere in unfamiliar territory, even in an urban environment. You set a cap somewhere down because you're filling or you're changing caps or you're having the back flush, and you look around and you can't find it anymore because now it's on the ground, amongst a bunch of leaves like it would be here. Okay, so that's one of the things you really want to keep track of. In fact, the best method is to have a separate small Ziploc bag where you just put those caps all the time. The other thing about this is you do not want to let it freeze if it's got water in it. If the hollow fibers inside are at all wet, when it freezes, of course, water expands and it'll break those fibers apart and it'll create channels that dirty water can go all the way to the clean side without actually being filtered. So there's a test method way to do that. You look in the instructions and it basically, you get it, you flip it upside down and you see if air's coming out, and if air's coming out, then the filter's no good. But if you allow it to fully dry, then it can freeze because there's no water to expand. So the instructions will tell you, the manufacturer will tell you, and anybody who's used these will tell you, just let it dry completely before you store it, if you can. If not, if you're in a really cold environment, then you're going to need to keep it next to you or close to you so that it never fully freezes inside. But your body heat will keep it warm enough. If you sleep inside a sleeping bag, you can put it right next to you. I've had to do that to keep a water filter from fully freezing. And that's it. This is how you use any of your small pocket filters. They all work extremely the same way. Like I said, you saw your mini filters, these, and there you have it. This is how you get and keep consistently clean water. You don't want to get any of the waterborne illnesses that are inherent in drinking dirty water. You'll get things that will ruin your day. So don't do it. Filter all your water. Take the time. As you saw, this filters water. Within a minute, we had a 16-ounce water bottle full of water. So please don't risk drinking dirty water. Even this beautiful clear stream right here, I would not drink out of it without filtering it first. and neither you or anybody in your family, anybody you care about, should either. If you found this information helpful, download the ReadyFam app. It's the quickest and easiest way to measure how well you'd live in an emergency, and to learn simple ways to improve without becoming overwhelmed. You'll find clear, easy to understand training videos in how to overcome emergencies and challenges. You can generate custom recipes based on your own food storage items and more. Download the ReadyFam app today. Join the ReadyFam.